Hello, people who are listening. What you're seeing in the background is nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking about. I'm literally making this because this today I have to share it with people. It's just today I met the ramblings of a madman. I met a madman. Okay, I've heard of these people before. I've seen them type things, but I've never actually heard someone say these types of lunatic things in person before, and I have today, and I just need to share exactly what this man was saying. Now, to preface this, I live in New Zealand, okay? It's about as far removed from the rest of the world as you possibly could get, unless you want to go to one of the North or South Poles. So, I don't know the goings on in most other countries, but I don't think what I'm about to tell you is real. So let me set the stage for you. I was at the doctor's. Now, I was at the doctor's simply because I got, the all clear from my doctor about my back injury so I can go back to work, which is, thankfully, a great story in of itself. But anyway, I was standing there paying for my doctor's appointment, and I was thinking to myself, well, I'll just pay for this, go on my way, I've got a few other things to do before I have to go pick up my kids, and blah, 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 blah. As I'm waiting for someone to come, set the pay, set it up so I can pay with my FBOS card, a bloke turned up at the reception. Now, I feel so bad for the receptionist. But anyway, this bloke turns up. It's pissing down with rain outside. He turns up in shorts, sandals. He looks about 50-ish. He's got some greying hair, but the greyest beard I've ever seen in my life. And it was a giant bushy beard. In his arms, he's carrying today's newspaper and a folder, like a giant fucking folder. Like you've never seen a thicker folder, like ring binder folder in your life. You've never seen a thicker one, but he had that, and he's just. So I just thought he was any normal patient. He's just booking himself in and blah 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 blah. He books himself in, and then this is not verbatim, but this is on the same type of level of what he was saying. He looks at the receptionist and just goes, "Do you want to know something scary today?" And she's like, "Oh, what's that?" Because she's just, honestly, she must have been regretting asking that as soon as she said it. But anyway, and he goes, "Did you know that in America this year, everyone's getting microchipped?" And she just the look on her face was just priceless. She knew shit hit the fan now. She's gonna deal with this maniac for the next few, God knows how long he talks. So anyway, she just looks at him and goes, "Oh, is that right?" Not wanting to upset the poor man, because he's mad. And he goes, yes, well, it actually happened about 3 years ago, in Wyoming. Now, if you've ever been to Wyoming and you know the answer to this, if this is a thing or not, it's not. But I swear to God, like, I want to hear from someone in Wyoming. I really do about this. But anyway, he goes, in Wyoming, for the last, 3 years ago in Wyoming, it already became compulsory, It started off with just, everyone who worked for the government, like doctors and lawyers and all of those types of people. Now, for one, I don't think that all lawyers work for the government. I'm pretty sure they don't. So he's already shot himself in the foot with this theory. But anyway, as I carry on, he goes, well, everyone who's involved with the government has already had these microchips in them, and then they started getting the average citizen. So every citizen who lives in Wyoming now has a microchip in them. Sorry about the cough there. It's just, that voice is, that's the way he sounded, but it's hard on my throat to, keep that up. But anyway, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I made paying for my doctor's appointment the slowest thing in history so I can keep listening to this madman. So anyway, he carries on, and he goes, well then, it was 3 years ago, Wyoming, and blah, 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 blah. And sorry, I lost my train of thought. Like, I'm so gobsmacked at what I heard. It's hard to keep. It's just so funny. But anyway, I'll try. I'll compose yourself. Compose yourself, Sam. You got this? Okay. So he just finished saying that every normal citizen in Wyoming has these microchips now. And he goes, and it's going to be costing the government 1.5 million, no wait, scratch that, $1 billion to be doing this for the whole country over the next year. Now, I understand that Trump is a fucking madman. he is completely and utterly the most insanest president I think America's ever had. I don't, might be wrong on that. I don't know every president you've ever had, people in America, but he's definitely one of the most memorable ones at being insane. But anyway, so whilst he's insane, I don't think he's going to be spending $1.5 billion making sure literally every single American citizen has a microchip in them. Okay? That's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. How is that helpful for anyone? For number one, like, why would you need people microchipped? It doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do? It's like, oh, instead of passports, microchips? I mean, it boggles the mind what he was thinking of. But anyway, so he says that he's just said that Trump is going to be spending like $1.5 billion microchipping people. And then he goes on to explain, like, what's going to be stored in the microchip. Okay? As if it's like a memory device. He goes, well, what's going to happen is it will have your name, it will have all of your social security details, and on top of that, it's going to have a record of everything that's ever happened in the country, so they know that what country you come from. And if they ever find a discrepancy against what actually happened and what's in the microchip, they know that you've modified it, and that they can arrest you for trying to get into a country illegally. Sorry about the cough. I can't do that voice anymore. But I heard that and I was like, what the fuck? This man is single-handedly the biggest lunatic I've ever heard in my life. Why would you bother spending that much time, money, and investment into a microchip that has the history of not only everything you've ever done, but the history of what your entire country's ever done? I mean, it boggles the mind. It makes no sense. And then he went on to say that it's not just happening in America, that America's trying to get it to happen in India, of all places, and that every single Indian will be getting one of these as well, which means that they won't be allowed to enter any other countries. And then again, insane, and then he wanted to wrap it all off by explaining how it's going to affect people here in New Zealand. Now, to give you an idea, the people in New Zealand, the population of this entire country is about 4.3 million people. That's just about half the population of the capital city of England. So you can imagine we're not a big place. But anyway, he thinks it's going to be affecting us because he thinks it won't work for people in New Zealand because we have so many species of animal, and whatever, it's an impossible task. But he's expecting the Prime Minister, who at the moment I think is Bill English, to go along with the plan to keep Trump happy. Now, I understand that Bill English isn't the most popular person here in politics, but I don't think he's mentally insane. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you the ramblings of a madman that I heard today. Like, I never heard one of these people in real life before. Frankly, I didn't even think that they existed. I honestly thought every single time I read something on the internet and it says, oh, this shit's happening, and conspiracy theorists, I honestly think it's someone who's just taking the piss. But the fact that I've heard someone today, with my own ears, speak this shit, it boggles the mind. Like, how do these people survive? I can only assume that the giant fucking ring binder he was holding has all of the research he's done in this. Like, and it's probably just ripped up newspaper clippings stuck into shit to... I don't know. I honestly don't know. But basically, his final words to this poor receptionist, and he was doing this for about 5 minutes, just rambling at her. His final words to the receptionist, because she looked at him after he'd finished his rambling and just went, oh, that's a shame, as if to brush him off. And he just looks at her and he goes, yeah, Big Brother is here. Watch out. And that was it. And then he just went and sat down to wait for his appointment. It was just the most surreal experience for me. The most insane human being I've ever had the unfortunate, happenstance to come across. And I know that was a really poor sentence, but frankly, I'm at a loss for words for this man. So, yeah, to finish this, anyone in Wyoming, apparently you have microchips in you. Please tell me what's that like trying to go through airport security, because I was assuming it's got a beep or something. Can you let me know if shit happens? You know, if that's a problem for you on a day-to-day basis, or if it's generally included, you know, helped you in your daily life. So love to hear from you about that. But anyway, that's the end of my ramblings. God, these people exist. This man probably has children. Probably has children. And fuck me, is the world screwed? I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. The madman that is Trump, or people like this who believe shit like this can happen. Oh. Oh my god. I have a headache. I'm gonna go now. Bye.